Hi, everyone. Welcome to our total body reset. Let's get started. Bring your feet into the width of your pelvis bones. Make sure that they are not hips width. This is really important as we're going to start digging into the outer hip today. From here, soften your knees, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Let's start with a big step back with the left foot. Keep both of your legs straight with this wide stance. Try ankling your left heel back behind you as much as possible. You can even try pressing your left hip in towards your right leg. Push into the inner blade of your feet with both legs straight. From here, circle the arms down and around again. Take them down. Inhale, open, big breath in. One more. Take it down. Big inhale. Lift it up. From here, keep pushing back hard into your left heel. Start to bend that right knee really, really slow. We are really stretching back through the Achilles tendon and your calf all the way up into that sciatic nerve region. Take a big breath in and reach. From here, exhale, bring the arms out to the side. Place both hands down on that right thigh. Keep bending that right knee in the same direction as your center toes. Turn the left fingertips towards the right. Lift up your ribs or just act surprised. 1, 2, 3, and you'll get a nice little lift. Take your right arm forward as if you're going to shake hands. Sweep it around. And as you do, allow the trunk of your body to turn with the shoulder. Take the thumb down towards the floor. Sweep it past your right hip. Reach forward again. We're going to circle that arm at least 2 more times, moving nice and slow. Keep pushing back into that left heel. Chances are you might notice that your body is a little bit wobbly with this. That's okay. It means you're human. Okay. Take it up. Place that right hand into your low back. Draw the right shoulder blade back and push the left shoulder over that right knee. Now, for now, you may want to keep your gaze just diagonal, or to test your balance, start turning that head over towards your right shoulder. Keep pushing back into that left heel. I know there might be some sensations coming up with that stretch. We're trying to distract that sensation in the calf with some movement in your shoulders. Pull that right shoulder back just a little more. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and straighten the right leg. Slowly begin to extend through that knee joint. And it is going to put a little bit more of a stretch onto that outer right hip. That's the dig into the hip that I was talking about when we started. Inhale into your upper right chest area, big breath. And now exhale, soften. Bring the right hand onto that front thigh. Let's bring our body to neutral. Bend that front knee. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. From here, start bending the left knee and peel up that left heel. So you're coming into a lunge position. The deeper you go into this lunge, the more it's going to stretch the front of your left hip. And it is definitely going to test the stabilization in both hips. We're going to turn this into a little balance challenge. Push off that back foot, maybe from your tippy toe. Sweep the knee forward. And now try to drop your left hip down. We want to make sure that the oblique or the side waist muscles aren't clenching to support your hip. Remember to smile. Anytime we do balancing movements, anytime we do strengthening movements in the hips, it can actually cause muscles in your jaw to tighten. So try to smile with your eyes. When you're ready, set both feet down and lower the hands. Go ahead and shake off your feet and roll out your ankles coming out of that. Great job, everyone. Let's do the other side. Keep in mind, it can be a completely different world from left to right. Try not to say you have a better side or you have a bad side. We just have different sides. Let's notice the feet first. So again, bring them into the pelvis bones. Really narrow stance here. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Big breath in. Reach it up. Now, since we've done this a few times, let's go ahead and exaggerate the reach. Imagine you're climbing a rope. So just when you think that your body has given all the reach it can, we just want to encourage just a little bit more opening on that sideways. All right, let's come to a still point. Step the right foot back as long of a stride as your body permits and have both legs straight to begin. So just like before, maybe we rotate that right heel back. That way both your toes are forward. So if you were on 2x4s, You want your toes and your heels to touch that 2x4. From here, keep pushing back hard into that right heel. Bend the left knee just a tiny bit to begin. Circle the arms back. Inhale, exhale, and bring the arms up. Hold it there. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, bring it up. Last one. Big breath in. Bring it up. From here, holding it up on the exhale, start to bend that knee a little bit more. The harder you push back into that right heel, the more you're going to have an opportunity to open the front of your right hip. And this gets really tight when we sit a lot, but it doesn't necessarily get stronger when we sit a lot. It's a paradox. From here, exhale, bring those arms out. Let both hands come down onto your left thigh to brace the spine. Turn the right fingertips towards this right wall. Take your left hand down, reach it up, lift your ribs, act surprised. Sweep it back and maybe track the movement of that left arm. Turn the thumb down, sweep past the hip. Option to look up or steady the gaze. Keep pushing into the inner blades of the feet. Again, if your body is feeling wobbly, you're doing it right. If you're feeling wobbly, chances are the only way you could really balance right now is if you repositioned your body. Let's place the left knuckles into the low back. Keep lifting your ribs, lunging forward. Back leg is straight, digging your right heel into the ground. Roll that left shoulder back. Press the right shoulder over your left knee. Press your left knee in so that you're able to activate the muscles that run up the midline of the pelvis and spine. Remember to smile. Smile with your eyes, smile with your ears. Inhale into the upper left lung. Roll that left shoulder back a little more. Hold it here. Option to straighten your left leg. So as we take some tension off of that stretch in the back right calf, we introduce perhaps some interesting sensations into the left hip. If you start to feel a little bit of tension, maybe even just a tiny burn, it's okay, as long as it doesn't feel like electricity running down your leg. If it feels like electrical shock, get out of the movement. Big inhale, hold it here. Exhale, bend that front knee a little bit. Let's bring both hands to center. Inhaling, both arms straight up overhead. Lifting the right heel, bending the right knee, coming down into some sort of a lunge. And it can be really conservative. A little goes a long way with this. In fact, don't do too much too fast. It's considered violent to your body. From here, shifting forward, lifting the back toe, sweeping your foot forward. Keep pointing the toe as you lift that right knee. Drop the right hip down. That's you. Now, option to lower that right hand and then push the hip down. Sometimes when we have to sit for prolonged periods of time, there are muscles very deep in the core trunk of the body that are tight, even around the intestines, that will pull on your hip. So if you lower the arm and drop the hip, sometimes that'll make that a little bit more accessible. Big inhale, exhale, relax. Both feet down, shake it off, and roll out those ankles again. All right, let's keep working into the hips. Take the feet out wide, turn the toes in, and we've experimented with this one before. So you could always turn your toes in and your heels out, keeping the legs straight. If the knees start to bend or become knock knees, that's a sign that your heels need to be a little more straight back in alignment with the toes. Otherwise, you are welcome to internally rotate your toes and your thighs. This specifically is to open your low back, SI joint. From here, let's take fists, and we're going to place them low on the back. So if you think about where that triangular structure is in your tailbone, bring the fist just outside of that, and you'll find an area close to the SI joint. From here, breathe into your center chest and lift the heart. Open your throat. Maybe even look up at the ceiling. Press your shoulders away from the ears. We continue to breathe deep into the center chest so that the expansion of the lungs are going to help support the back bend. Big inhale. Exhale, bring your chin to center. Keep the ribs slightly lifted. Push your hips back. Keep opening up your ribs and belly as you begin to lean forward. Option to look down, maybe even shake your head yes, and turn your head left and right. From here, take the hands down onto your thighs, bend the elbows, start to straighten the arms, pushing into the legs, propping up your ribs while the hips are flipped back. You're in a standing cow stretch for the front of the body. This is a particular movement used to correct the posture when you've had to sit a lot. And that would be sitting at a computer or excessive time driving as well. From here, relax your ribs in. Allow the upper body and shoulders to relax. So hang like a rag doll. Maybe even let your hands come down and dangle towards the floor. Touching the floor is not required to reap the benefits of this stretch. Try at least one big exhale here. One more, big breath in. 1, 2, 3. To safely come out of this, lift your left toe where you are, swivel on the heel and swivel that left toe out to the left side of the rim. Bend your left knee. Bring your left hand up onto your thigh, right hand onto the thigh. Push into the thighs to slowly come up. Simon says left hand, left thigh. Push back into your right hip, right hand on the waist or hip for support. Start rolling that right shoulder back. So this is something new that we've started to practice to get into the hips also. As you begin to straighten the left knee, bend the right knee. Right knee is bending in the same direction as the right toe. And that right toe might be forward or it might be turned in a little bit still. Push your hips back with this stretch. You might start to feel something on the inside of your left leg. That could be the adductor. It could also be the psoas muscle, which can get really tight deep in the body. From here, we'll straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. And as we change this position, we can roll that right hip back. Press your left knee open towards your pinky toe. Inhale, take that top arm up. And we're going to add in a really big stretch here. You're welcome to watch me the first time through. Keep the hips and the feet and the knees completely stable. Start to come down in towards the inside of your left foot and then circle it up and around. Good. Turn the thumb down first. Bring it past the hip. Rotate at the waist without opening up the right hip. And then take it up. One more. Thumb down. Keep pushing your hip back. Swivel at the waist. And slowly come up. Let's tuck the hand into the low back. Straightening the left leg. Both legs straight now. That left hand might stay on the thigh, or it could slide down to your shin if your body gives you permission to do this. Roll that right shoulder back a little more. Press the left shoulder forward. Now, imagine you're trying to crunch or contract your obliques. So it is a side oblique contraction. Another way to think of this is take your left rib and pull your rib up just on the left side of your body. To add on to this, if you're feeling a little warm, you're doing it right. This is intense core work. We've been very methodical about activating all the tiniest muscles before we get to the big ones. Take your left hand and wave at me. That's just a healthy distraction. Now reach it out. Palm is facing up. Option to hold it here or top arm up and take it over. And remember to keep smiling, please. Bend your knee and come to center. From here, reach your left arm up, right arm down. Breathe into the upper left lung and look up. Relax. Keep that stretch. Bend your left knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Just one more. Big inhale. And then relax. Good. Both hands onto the hips. Let's rotate that left toe in just a little bit for our transition. Lift up the right toe. Swivel it out to the side. So checking in with that left foot and left hip. If you know that you tend to have pain in the left hip, keep the toe rotated in. Otherwise, you're welcome to bring that toe out so that your feet are more perpendicular. From here, let's soften the knees. Take a bend into your right knee. Left leg is straight. Let's take our right hand onto the right thigh for support as we lean into the stretch. Now, long as this back leg is straight, we're able to keep the hips a little more open, working on opening the front of the hip. Now let's transition that. Straightening the right leg, bending the left knee. As we do this, push your hips back so we begin to get just a different type of stretch and opening on the back of the hip. Stretching also the inside of the right adductor, perhaps the psoas. Remember to roll that left shoulder back. You're welcome to open the right palm on the inside of your right knee. It's just a little added recruitment of some core muscles. From here, we'll slowly begin to bend the right leg, straighten the left leg, hand to the thigh again for support. Taking our top arm up, pressing that shoulder back, adding in that very gentle rotation, just swiveling at the waistline. Try to keep the hips stationary. Left thumb down, take it past the hip, swivel at the rib cage, and then slowly open up. Easy does it with these big rotations, considering more so what's going on with the organs when the muscles contract around them. So this is our total body reset. We're resetting not only the bones, the muscles, connecting tissues, but organs as well. Take the hand into your low back. From here, we can straighten that right leg and pull that left hip back a little more. Option to open the right hand on the inside of the leg. Let's notice that oblique contraction. So you can think of it one of two ways. Either contract your left rib towards your hip, contract the waistline, or lift your right rib over your right knee. Either one goes. Extending the right arm out to wave. Little healthy distraction. It's like a little intermission. And then the rest is over. There you go. Back to work. Press up. Imagine you're holding onto a bowling ball here. Take the top arm up. Keep contracting, pressing your left shoulder towards your hip. Option to take that top arm overhead. And keep smiling, please. When you're ready, bend the right knee. Bring it up to center. Extend the right arm. Look up. Lower the left hand down. Let's hold it there 3 more breaths. Just catch your breath. Keep bending the right knee. Inhale into that upper right lung. Exhale, soften a little. Inhale. At the top of the breath, reach a little more. Exhale, just one more big breath in. And then exhale. From here, both hands come onto the hips. Rotate both toes in. Back to the original position, finding some symmetry. This is where it all began. Take the fist onto your low back. 3 big chest expansions. Inhale, pull up your ribs, lift your collarbones towards your chin. You can hold it here to protect your neck or lift your chin a little bit. Maybe even just shift your eyes to where the wall meets the ceiling. When you're ready, exhale, relax the ribs a little bit, head to neutral. We have 2 more of those standing back bends. Big inhale. Chin can stay down or open the throat. Opening the throat is not so hard. It's bringing it to neutral. Come to center, relax. One more, big breath in. Pull the elbows back, shoulders away from the ears, chin is open, gaze to the sky, and now drop the chin, drop your ribs, and relax your whole body. Go ahead and inch the feet in and shake it all off again. Woo. All right. Yes. From here, go ahead and bring your feet just to the width of your pelvis bones. And let's practice a little bit of strengthening in the upper quadricep, hooking up into your inner hips. So I mentioned earlier that this part of the hip gets tight, so we need to stretch it, but it's not strong. It's not as strong as it needs to be for us to protect our backs. So we're going to work on that. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, take those arms all the way around. Reach out in front of you with the palms facing up. Bend the elbows a little bit. From here, pull your shoulders back and press the shoulders down. So imagine you're holding on to a big serving platter. For the meat eaters in the room, it's a huge brisket. Imagine you're holding on to a huge brisket. For the non-meat eaters, it's a big slab of tofu and watermelon. There you go. From here, flip the hips back, sending the hips back. Keep that little bend in the elbows. We are going to add on to this. So from here, push the palms up. And the last thing we'll do is straighten the arms because it's going to pull on the upper spine last of all. Press your knees in. Imagine you're holding on to either a volleyball or some sort of a beach ball between the knees. Now act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Lift the muscles in your pelvic floor, the same ones used to stop urination. It's a urethral squeeze. Pull up. Inhale, reach up overhead. Big, tall stance. Press your hands back, standing back then. Exhale, let it go. All right, let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep it back. We're being very methodical with it, very linear. So just start by holding a small brisket, not a big brisket, small slab of tofu, not a big one. Keep the knees soft. Engage the inner thighs. Hold on to a volleyball between the knees. Start pushing the hips back. Not a lot of tension in the upper back right now. We're building it from the feet up. Now we're going to add in a little more tension. Press up. Act surprised. Little more tension. Straighten the arms. And that's where you might start to really feel it when those arms go straight. Remember to smile. It's not just to be distracting. There really is a science behind the nerves and the hips and how they connect to your jaw and your inner ear and how they can actually trigger fight or flight. So don't be scared. You're not at risk of anything right now. Just big breath. And now let it go. All right, shake it all up. All right, let's do some nice big shoulder movement now. Take your left hand. Your feet can be in any place you want them to be for balance now. So go ahead and establish whatever feels for you to be a safe foundation. Take your left hand, take it back, look over your shoulder, reach it up to the sky, and come to neutral. So now you're holding on to 100 helium balloons, and you're rotating the hand as if you're going to change out a light bulb. Now pat yourself on the back. From here, let's take our arm forward. Sweep it back, look behind you, bring the hand into your low back, bending the elbow and come to neutral. So your right knuckles are by your low back and your left hand, you're patting yourself on the back. Inhale, push over into your right foot, pull up through your left elbow. So the stretch is diagonal on the body. You can look up towards that left elbow. The most strenuous. I mean, it's not working with gravity, that's for sure. So if your neck starts to hurt, look over to the right. Breathe into that upper left lung. One more big breath. And now exhale, come to center. Let your arms go. Shake out the shoulders and the wrist. Let's do the other side. Taking our right hand, opening it up, taking it behind us, big sweep, reach it up overhead. We're holding on to 100 helium balloons. Pat yourself on the back. Taking our left arm forward. We're taking it up, back, and around. Tuck the knuckles into your low back, and then return your body to center. From here, lean into your left foot. Push both into the inner and outer blade of that left foot. Inhale, pull up through your right elbow. You can look up. This is going to be very traditional for the stretch. You could also look straight ahead or over to the left. So looking to the left is going to be probably the least invasive to the muscles and bones in your neck. Breathe into that upper right lung. One more big breath. And now exhale, relax. Come to center. Release that arm. Release the other arm. And just work back and in with your shoulders. All right, let's wrap up our total body reset with some deep breathing. Take your feet out to the width of your hips. We're going to do a double inhale, double exhale, and hopefully this wakes up all of your breathing muscles. When you wake up those muscles, it could improve digestion, elimination, flushing out cortisol. So if any of us have been concerned with weight loss, this could be beneficial for that. Bend your knees. You're going to scoop the breath up twice. It looks like this. And then you're going to push it out. And I want you to really move your shoulders as hard as you can. Let's try 5 of them. Exhale all the way. Bring it up. Last one. And now just come up and shake it all. Shake off your feet. All right. Let's find some symmetry to close our total body reset. Inhale, arms up. Exhale back. One more. And back. You are all done. You hit the reset button. All done. Have a great day.